Hello and welcome back. This would be our third day on the TUI Isla, which was going down the Rhine to the Christmas markets, and the second episode. So in this episode, I'll be doing some footage along the Rhine. I went up on deck and done, because we wasn't actually going into Rüdesheim until after lunch, so it was quite a nice relaxing morning. So I went up on the deck and done a bit of footage going along the Rhine. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what happened to the GoPro. I think it got stuck or something, or I don't know. It looked like it was recording, because when I came down, I then sort of did some footage around the boat and around the cabin. It wasn't until I got home that I realised that none of it had come out. I only had the footage of the deck, so that was a bit of a shame really, but it is what it is. It seems to be working okay now, so I don't know what that was all about. Anyway, I digress. So after I did some footage along the Rhine, we then had some lunch and we went into Rüdesheim. We've been there before years ago and we loved it then, and it hasn't changed. It's absolutely stunning, really lovely. It's really quaint. So had a mooch round there, had the glue vine again, bought a few little bits and bobs for Christmas, and then the next day was Frankfurt. Didn't really expect that much on Frankfurt. It was one of those places, thought, yeah, really surprised us because it was lovely, really lovely place. The Christmas market was nice, had the best piece of Black Forest Gatto I think I've ever tasted in my life. It was gorgeous. I would say the one thing which was a little bit weird, I'd been suffering with some mouth ulcers, so I thought when we get out of Frankfurt, it's quite a big town, we'll go and find a chemist. I know it was a Sunday, chemists are open on a Sunday. No, they don't seem to be in Germany. We asked someone in the cafe, we'd been searching everywhere, nothing. No, they don't have chemists open on a Sunday. The only way you'll get medical treatment is if it's emergency. So yeah, words wise, don't actually become ill unless it's really ill on a Sunday if you're in Germany, because you won't get anywhere. Still, one of those things, it wasn't an emergency, so it didn't really matter that much, but yeah, just to, for future reference, take ulcer stuff with you. Anyway, without further ado, save me babbling on all afternoon, I give you the second episode of the Rhine Christmas cruise. Enjoy. There's some really good outside space on these river boats. Obviously it's the middle of winter, so we didn't actually use them apart from coming up here and doing a bit of filming, but I would imagine in the summer it'd be lovely because you've got some lounges and everything up here. It'd be a really nice place to spend a few hours watching the world go by. Another thing that amazed me on these riverboats is how fast they actually go. You think they just poodle along the Rhine, but they don't. They really do notch up a bit of speed. We absolutely love Rüdesheim. It's a shame that we was only here for half a day. I mean, it was nice to have that half a day on the boat to relax, but we could have really done with more time here. It would have been lovely to come in and perhaps stay overnight and sort of have a bit of time to sort of walk around in the evening and have a meal on that. But perhaps one day we'll come back.
Und Zeit, zu hoffen, nur dem geliebt stehen die Herzen offen. Falling to sing. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing praise.
Yes, and it's another one of the obligatory Glühweins when in Germany. They had an afternoon tea on the boat one afternoon. As you can see, it was absolutely gorgeous. The trouble is they didn't really advertise it, so by the time we noticed it was there, we'd already had a massive lunch and we was doing something afterwards, so we never got round to trying any of it. It would have been nice if they'd have said more about it and advertised it better. Don't forget, if you like what you're seeing, please give us a cheeky little like and also subscribe to the channel. It does help us and it doesn't cost anything. The Christmas markets at Frankfurt was only a short walk away from the boat, which was a pleasant change and rather than having to walk miles to get anywhere. as you can see, we're back on the glue vine again, although some of it seems to have gone to Dave's head.
Hello. Hello. Let's have a look at the glue vine. Hello. That's lovely. That's really warming. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice.
So the penultimate night on board was gala night, which we was really looking forward to, but it was such a shame. The food was okay, I mean it was really nice, but they'd been having trouble with their air conditioning and it was like a bloody furnace in there. We had a starter and a main course and it was just too hot, it was making us feel ill, so we had to leave our food and go and sit in the lounge. It was such a shame. So I hope you enjoyed that. The penultimate episode actually is third episode will be our last stop. Would have been Koblenz. Again, we've been there before. Wasn't over impressed. Still wasn't over impressed. It's just one of those meh places. Apart from the evening, we'd done the Christmas market. We didn't stay there very long. We came back, had some lunch and everything. And then we done a trip to the Christmas garden lights, which is in the fortress, which you go right up the hill. We go by cable car right up the hill over the river, and it's at Christmas it's turned into all Christmas lights and it's absolutely breathtaking. It's well worth going if you go to Koblenz at Christmas time. Everything is lit up. It is stunning, it really is. It's a really good evening out, so that was really good, so that made it better. So the daytime wasn't that brilliant, but yeah, that was amazing. So yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed that. So after that, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to do like a pros and cons thing about river cruising versus ocean cruising, just to tell you what we preferred. Do we prefer cruising on the river boats, or do we prefer the bigger ships on the ocean cruises? Well, wait and see. Yes, I'll be doing sort of stuff that we did like, stuff that we didn't like, stuff that we preferred on bigger ships, just to give you sort of a feel for the difference between the two, if you've done one or the other, or if you've done none of them and you'd like a sort of comparison. And that would be just our views, obviously. So yeah, that's after sort of the next one for Koblenz, which is hopefully coming up not too long. At the moment it's Easter, so I'm hoping you all have a fabulous Easter. Don't eat too much chocolate or hot cross buns, and I'll see you on the next episode. You take care. See you soon. Bye.